Stimulating the G-spot can give your partner some mind-blowing orgasms if you know how to stroke it correctly. So in this video, I want to give you 10 incredible G-spot stroking techniques that you can use with your partner. The first technique is the most important one and is the bread and butter, and that is the come here motion. So you've probably heard of this before. When we're locating the G-spot, we want to go about 1 to 2 knuckles in, pulling up on the roof, and we want to use a come here motion with our hand. When we're inside, we want to make sure that we're using this top part of our finger and we're not scraping with our nail, and we're applying pressure and using the come here motion. This can be used slowly and in a massage-like way in the beginning to begin to stimulate our partner, get them aroused, and bring more blood flow into the area, which is going to expand the G-spot and make it more pleasurable. When your partner becomes more aroused, you can then amp up the come here motion by going faster with your fingers, or you can push harder with your fingers, or you can go harder and faster, or you can even amp it up and use multiple fingers when your partner's ready for it. I wouldn't go in straight away with 3 fingers, as that can actually stretch and tear. However, when they're really ready for it with 2 fingers, you can go in and use the come here motion. Do that quickly and you can give your partner a G-spot orgasm. So the come here motion is the most important technique to learn when stimulating the G-spot. A second technique is a variant on the come here motion, and that's what I call the draw out method. So with our come here motion, we were massaging the roof by moving our finger. We're gonna go in, we're gonna push up into the G-spot, and then we're going to pull our finger out. So if we go in, push up, pull our finger out, the draw out motion, and then when we get to the outside, we're going to release, go back in, and then push up again. You don't wanna remain pushed up as you go back in, because what will happen is if you remain pressure and push back in, you'll find that your nail is going to catch. That's gonna be quite painful. So push up, pull out, release, back in, push up. That's the draw out method. The third method is doing circles. So we go in and we push up like we did with our come here motion or our draw out method. And then we're gonna go ahead and do circles with our finger. This isn't really a technique that's gonna bring your partner to orgasm, because it's very hard to build up the speed and keep circles going at the same time. But it's going to feel really good for them in the beginning. It's going to bring blood flow into the area, which is going to make everything else you do feel better. The fourth technique is the side to side technique. So very similar to the circle, we're going up, and instead of doing a circle motion with our finger, we're pushing up and we're actually going side to side with our finger. A variant on this is we can actually enter our partner with our finger in sideways, and we can then push up with the side of our finger, and we can do this with our finger, kind of like the come here motion or flicking it side to side. This is something for people with short nails, because if you have long nails and you're going up side to side, that can actually catch. So for short nails, that's fine, but for long nails, stick to this top part of your finger, pushing up and doing side to side. The fifth technique is what I call the pressure pulse. So we're going inside and we're pushing up, but rather than doing the come here motion and actually moving our finger along the length of the G-spot or drawing out, we're actually going to push our finger on the same spot. We're then going to release pressure and push again. So it's this push and release sort of pressure. So if we're pushing up, push and release. And you can see we're staying on the same spot there. We're kind of even doing the come here motion a bit with our finger, but the difference is our finger's not actually moving along. It's staying in the one spot and we're massaging the one spot. A variant on the pressure pulse is the tapping pulse. So for this one, you want to have your outside fingers pointing down, and you're going to go ahead and push down with your hand, tap back up, push down, tap back up. And you can see that I'm flicking my finger at the same time. Another variant on the pressure pulse is actually the pressure pulse vibrations. So when we were doing the pressure pulse, we were really using the strength in our finger to apply and release that pressure. However, when we're doing the pressure pulse vibrations, we're actually going to use the strength in our arm. So we're going to go ahead and engage the entirety of our arm. We're going to go in, we're going to push up, and then we're going to shake our arm and create vibrations there with our arm. So here, rather than actually moving your finger and applying pressure, your finger is staying rigid and staying tight, and you're using your arm to create those vibrations. Very similar to the draw out method is the 2-finger draw. So when we do the draw out method, we go in with one finger and we pull down on the length of the G-spot. And if you don't know exactly what the G-spot is or how to find it, go ahead and check out my video on how to find the G-spot every time. But when we're doing the single finger draw, we're really focusing on the length of the G-spot. However, when we do the two finger draw, we can do it with these two fingers or our middle two fingers, we're imagining that the G-spot or the urethral sponge is actually in between our fingers. And so we can actually pull either side of the G-spot, which can be incredibly pleasurable, or we can go ahead and move to the side. So we can go to the left and pull down, or we can move our fingers to the right and pull down there as well. So trying those different sections inside your partner, try down the middle, try either side of the middle, and then go both fingers to the left, both fingers to the right. That can feel really good. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I try to leave all of the best stuff to the end to reward those people like yourself who watch it. Technique number 9 is the suction release technique. So with the come here motion, we're really massaging the roof. However, with the suction release, what we want to do is actually put our finger in, and then we're kind of releasing the finger. And to do this, you're going to want to have your finger down over your partner. You pull up with your finger, so you engage your finger up, and then you kind of push your finger down at the same time that your hand drops down. So we push up and then down. Up, down, up, down. And you can actually do this quite quickly when your partner is lying down in order to give them some intense pleasure. And this is one of the techniques that is most likely to bring your partner to orgasm. This suction release technique is also what you're going to want to do to make your partner squirt. So rather than using one finger, you can actually make a partner squirt with one finger. That can be done. You probably want to use two fingers though, going inside. I like to use these two middle fingers. You can use these two fingers, whichever you prefer, but you're going to be using that suction release, and you're just going to do it a lot more vigorously with a lot of strength in your upper arm in order to bring your partner to a squirting orgasm. These techniques can all give amazing pleasure to your partner, but to use them, you do really need to be able to identify where the G-spot is and be able to find it. So go ahead and check out the video that I've done on exactly how to find the G-spot every single time.